So we are joined today by Mr. John Hurry. John has just became the AMF record holder for the amount of weight loss in the programme. John has shaved off 23 kilograms over the last around 10 and a half months, maybe 11-ish coming up for now. John, how are you today, mate? And how does that feel?
Yeah, good. Feels good. Half the man I was kind of 11 months ago. So yeah, really good.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. In terms of, so I'm just going to ask a couple of questions, John, obviously, but what was the main reason you joined the programme?
Probably a few things, really. Number one was lockdown. We went into lockdown in the first couple of weeks. I went a bit crazy, eating, drinking, like I think everybody did, and I soon realised that if I carried on like that, it was going to be a horror show. Yeah. So you know, I'd used PTs before. I'd done kind of Slimming World in the past, stuff like that. My weight's always fluctuated up and down. And yeah, just got to a stage where I was like, if I don't grab hold of it now, it's going to be too late. You know, I was the wrong side of 36, 37 at the time, and just thought I need to do something about it, because otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a nightmare.
Okay, sounds good, mate. What would you say was your biggest challenge before, or biggest struggle health and fitness-wise before joining the programme?
I have a very sociable job, so I work in recruitment, a lot of meals out, a lot of nights out. I have a very social lifestyle, which is great, you know. But yeah, constantly making wrong decisions with food, with drink, and just really a lack of understanding of what I was doing was probably my biggest challenge that I faced. I used to think, I'm not doing too badly because I haven't eaten anything today, but I've then gone out and had 10 pints. So it's like just trying to counterbalance things, but having no structure or anything like that is just, you were just digging deeper into a hole, really.
100%. You mentioned some previous approaches, like past trainers, Slimming World and things like that. Why do you think this worked for you, and potentially they didn't as well before?
Enjoyment, really, as much as anything. Having that set structure has been key. Slimming World was great. I lost a lot of weight. I probably went down to about what I am now. I think I lost about 4 stone with them, but I stopped, and within 2 years I'd put it all back on and probably a bit more. So yeah, you know, that's probably one of the reasons why it failed. My PTs have been good in the past, but again, just doing the exercise side of things wasn't going to be enough. So adding the kind of meal plans, the meal prep and all of that into it has been more of a two-pronged attack. So that's why it's made it more sustainable and easier to follow.
Yeah, 100%. Do you feel like you've kind of got everything you need in terms of what's required to lose fat then in this journey? Like I always harp on about creating structure and everything you do, and trying to give you all the tools that you need to make progress. Do you feel like you've got everything that has been required to lose fat in this journey?
Yeah, I mean, I think the kind of results speak for themselves. So yeah, you know, definitely with that. I'll be honest, I don't follow everything that you say 100% to the letter. Hate to break it to you.
Nobody ever has, and nobody ever will, John.
the thought of getting up in the morning and having a freezing cold contrast shower just isn't for me. I'm too much of a wimp for anything like that. But as I say, the thing I've loved about the program as well is that it has got a little bit of flexibility within it. And yeah, you know, you've got to make it work for you as well. And I think that's what I've been really pleased with, is the fact that you're not made to feel rubbish if you don't follow it 100%. It's got to be what works for you as well. So yeah, you know, I couldn't have asked for any more really in the last 11 months.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. Really glad to hear that. What do you think you've enjoyed most about the entire experience over the last 11 months or so?
Just probably the actual food side of things. Obviously, you don't get to 110 kilos without liking food in some way. So the thought of doing a really bland chicken, brown rice diet, just I couldn't do that at all. So, you know, the thing that I really enjoyed is different meals, different things that I would have never have cooked probably previously. Yeah. Having that, again, I talk about structure a lot, but having that structure and knowing, right, actually I can eat that. And and you know, when I can eat things, and you know, if I know that I've got something coming up, taking a little, you know, dialing it back slightly with other stuff. So yeah, just that a diet without it being a boring diet that you can't do anything with, and you know, you've got it, it's got to fit around your life, and being able to still have the odd meal out, the odd weekend away, or things like that has been the best for me.
Yeah, 100%. I love that, mate. I guess it's all about that sustainability and actually enjoying it. Then you get results. For anyone who's potentially watching this and maybe on the fence about joining the program, that they're not sure maybe about the online side, or maybe had some trainers in the past, that's something that comes up quite a lot, or they have tried previous approaches. What would you say to anyone who's listening, who's in that scenario?
You just got to. It sounds really cheesy, but you just got to get on with it and get it done. Try it. I never thought I'd be, you know, speaking to somebody from, you know, from Scotland and doing kind of a remote amount of, you know, workouts and everything like that. But actually, it's really easy once you get into that. Yeah. Into that process and into that way, and you almost get to that stage where you're like, right, how can I beat what you know, how can I beat what I've done last week, how can I beat what I did last month? So yeah, the thing I would say is get on it, give it a go, but give it 100%. You've got nothing to lose. Yeah. I know how horrible I felt 12 months ago. You know, I was 3.5 stone heavier than I was, and I looked at photos and wasn't happy. You know, I was disappointed when I went out on nights out and there's photos of me and stuff like that. And I look at them now and I'm like, man, that seems like a completely different person. But yeah, just throw yourself into it, get it going, and you won't be disappointed with what you know, the results that you get from it. Yeah. And you won't be disappointed with how you feel. Like, you know, that's the biggest thing. You'll never regret it. That's for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, for anyone listening who's watching this back and thinking maybe on the fence, we do offer a double your money back and £1,000 guarantee for those who put 100% in. What John said there, if you come on this program, if you give 100%, you will either get results or no, you just get results. That's the only thing you'll get. But that's how we guarantee we do. John, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on this program over the last 11 months. As I said, going into the AMF record holder status. So very well done to you, mate. Been absolutely incredible. Over £50 lost in the program, which is incredible. And again, not finished yet, I don't think. So fantastic work, John. Honestly, couldn't have asked for a better client and someone to work with. So been a pleasure as always, John, and thank you very much for taking the time today, mate.
No worries, buddy. Thank you. It's good, and as I said, you know, can't recommend you enough to people. I'd certainly recommend you to all my friends and that. So yeah, just speak to Andy, he'll sort you out.
Fantastic, John. Thank you very much, mate.